because you love me.
The latest game that I played was Call of the Sea. This is a adventure type game that involves the character Nora going to a Polynesian island to try to track down the members of an expedition that had visited the island previously. The expedition involved her husband and a group of 4 or 5 other characters who went to the island and then became lost with no message or traces coming from them. Nora goes to the island and is involved in a series of increasingly difficult trials and tribulations to track down the members of her expedition. I first tried playing this game on my original computer, which is Windows 7, which is sort of a high-end computer for its day. But then I ran into the first puzzle and was unable to activate it because there's no activation gear. I searched high and low for how to get past this, and there's no way to get past it. If the video driver is too old and the processor is too old, you can't play the game. So I put the game aside for a while, and then because one of my other computers died, which is my netbook, there was a hard disk crash, and that computer doesn't run anymore. Well, I decided to get another computer, and the computers that were in the Office Depot were some low-end laptops. They're Windows 10, and that's what I got this thing running on. So it was able to run on my low-end laptop that I purchased, which is a Lenovo. The laptop was really not meant for gaming at all, but the game plays, and it does play, but there's really some lags in there while it processes the scenes. So you go along and you're traveling for a while, and all of a sudden you gotta wait for the thing to buffer. But that's sort of the trials and tribulations that you go through trying to play these games. Well, the game, as I said, is on a Polynesian island, and there's various trials that you have to go through, and various puzzles that you have to solve. First of all, involving the crashed steam trawler ship that the first expedition crashed on the island, and they went to the jungle and went through some of the puzzles. Nora, the main character, had to solve these puzzles, and conveniently the way to solve these puzzles is by all the photos and tips that the first expedition left along the way. So you go through maybe 5 main puzzles, and eventually what Nora winds up at is at the ending point of the game. The ending point of the game involves 2 choices: either accept Nora's fate or you deny it. Well, it turns out that Nora's fate involves her having the ability to turn into a underwater creature, sort of an amphibian, which involves the original sickness that she was afflicted with. The original sickness involved that she was getting some dark spots on her hands and arms. Sort of a precursor to saying that that's an amphibious indication. This is somewhat of a good game. It's very colorful. The colors are bright, and the puzzles are another matter, however. Really not possible to solve these puzzles without a great deal of thought. So I resorted to a walkthrough, and was able to get through all of the puzzles. The puzzles didn't make a lot of sense, but that doesn't detract too much from the story. I would give this game a grade of A-. It's a fairly good game. It's colorful. It's moderate length. It's said to take 8 to 10 hours. I probably had to take maybe 15 hours because of all of the troubles I had getting the game running. But that's another matter. If you're into adventure games, I would recommend looking into Call of the Sea. It's moderately priced and gives 10-15 hours of gameplay. I'm going to continue to look for more games. and if I can find them, I'll play through them and let you know what I think of them. Thank you very much for watching.